All right, Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. So, a question came up. What happened to the 86 pounds? Well, here we basically go. We have the 86 pounds of boards here that have been in it for about a month, okay? And as you can see, I took the boards out. So, all of them were inside of this gray barrel here. And what we did is that we removed the boards. Okay, all the liquid is still in there. We did check up on the other projects. They're all working good. We removed the boards. We put them in a bucket. We sprayed them with water, and we put the water in here, okay? And now these boards are technically clean. Now, if we look at them carefully, they don't have any gold on them at all, okay? They're just boards. So basically, most of the gold in them has been basically removed right now. So basically, we can throw these boards off. What I will do is, you can see a bit of gold on that. We'll get a wire brush in water and just basically go through them a little bit right now, but most of these boards are practically clean, so we can actually throw some of them out right now, which is definitely good. Now, another thing I realized, you have to be careful of getting your hands on them. It's not the muriatic acid, it's the fact that the water, when you put them in water after a while, will tend to move some of the etching off, okay? Now, what we have here is I have the water where it was, and if you can look carefully in the bottom there, you're going to see all of that gold has basically just settled to the bottom after a while. And what we do is we took some of the other water in here. Now I'm going to try to show you as best as I can right now, but in the bottom of this is just water. So if I tilt this, you're going to see a lot of gold. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Look at all that gold moving. All of that gold in there has to get filtered out through here. Now, I have to buy more bigger filters, okay? Now, as you can see here, this is some of the gold filtered out. Look at that. We have gold. Okay, a lot of that gold is basically filtered out. Okay, and what we're going to do is filter. I'm basically taking the measuring cup, I'm taking this gold in here. Okay, you can still see the gold on the outside of it, kind of. Let me dip it in this way a bit. There we go. There we go. You can see all of that moving. So all of this is full of gold here right now. And what we're doing is we're putting it into this filter. So what I'm going to do before I go to work is I'm going to take this measuring cup here. I'm going to sift off some of this here, okay? You can clearly see some of the gold in it, okay? I'm going to nip the edge, all right? And then I'm going to pour it in here. Now what you're going to see is a lot of the gold on the bottom basically end up coming up, all right? And it's going to sit there and filter out. Now the problem is when you're doing this when it's cold, it will freeze. When I got up today, there was basically just ice on the top, and I had to check it for gold and basically just throw it out, okay? So this is the update to the 86 pounds of gold. What has actually happened so far? The gold is basically, the boards are sitting out here drying a bit. And what we're going to do is I'm going to hand clean each board with a wire brush. Okay, to make sure I got all that gold off, because if there's even 10 grams of gold on that right now, it is definitely going to be worth it. Like, some of these are clean, but some of them still have a little bit of gold on them right now, okay? And so what we're actually going to end up doing is cleaning those off a bit, getting that done. And as you can see here, the gold is on the edge here, and it's filtering out all the way down. I have to get more filter paper for it, because as filter paper gets wet, it can rip, and you don't want to lose gold. So all the water going in here is clean, and this is basically the water with gold in it. And as you can see, all that gold is in there, baby. Beautiful amount of gold. How much gold do I have so far? I believe we probably have about 3 ounces of gold from this 86 pounds, and we're going to end up getting more. The difference is, it is a process, because this is about the 6th week we're doing this. So work like this is going to take over a month to do, and you have to constantly check it. You have to make sure bugs don't get into it. Like this is open. I'm going to have bugs in this that I have to pull out with a tweezer, right? So again, I have to go to work, but then I have to leave this here to sit. So all the gold, as you can see, is already settling in right now, okay? I have to find somewhere that sells big filters, because the small ones we have are going to work for this filter, and they're just basically too small. So I have to find somewhere that has big coffee filters to do that. And then we're going to look in this bad boy. Beautiful amount of gold in there. And then I have to sit, settle, get the copper risers to the top, move it with a syringe. Again, it's going to take a lot of work, but It's a great hobby, and it will work at the end. Like, look at this. This is 86 pounds of boards in here that we had, you know? And there's still a small amount of gold on this right now. Oh, man. It'll take work, and guess what? I got to go into that. Inside of the bottom of there is all of the gold that is set to the bottom. And so I have to filter out about, what is this, maybe 8 gallons? 8 gallons of water. And then I have to sift through this 1 gallon of water. This 1 gallon of water is just thick with gold right here. This is Mr. Thickums. Just thick with gold, okay? And it should take about an hour to settle that down, because as I pour this in here, it's taking time for it to go through. And what I have to do is filter all of this out again to get any more gold out of it. So hopefully I find some filters today. If not, I will buy them, and I'll let you guys know what brand I basically use. All right, Pro Dumpster Diver, we are out. 86 pounds in gold.